Hey friends, you are watching Math Guru, and in this video we are going to learn the polar or the trigonometric form of a complex number. Let us consider a complex number. Let z is equal to x plus iy be a complex number. Okay, now in the earlier video we have seen the geometrical representation of the complex number on the Argand plane. Okay, we know that this can be represented by a point P whose coordinates are x, y. Let us draw a perpendicular PM from P, okay, and an angle of inclination, that is argument, will take to be theta. We know that length OP is given by modulus of Z, okay, and argument of Z is given by theta. Clear? Now in triangle POMP, cos theta is equal to OM upon OP is equal to OM is X and OP is modulus of Z. Similarly, and therefore X can be written as, the value of X will be modulus of Z into cos theta. Clear? Now similarly, for sin theta we can write PM upon OP. Okay, now PM is Y and upon again OP is modulus of Z, and therefore Y is equal to, we get modulus of Z into sin theta. Clear? So now the complex number Z is equal to X plus IY. Value of X is modulus of Z into cos theta plus value of y is modulus of z into sin theta. Okay, if you take modulus of z common, we have cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, to modulus of z, we will write down r. Okay, cos theta plus I sin theta. Now this is called the polar form or the trigonometric form of a complex number z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, here r is modulus of z, magnitude of the complex number, and theta is equal to argument of z. Clear? Okay, if we consider the general value, if we take the general value of theta, then z can be written as r into cos 2n pi plus theta plus I into sin 2n pi plus theta. Okay, so this is called the polar form. Okay, now let us see what happens when you multiply the given complex number by I. Multiplication of z by iota. Okay, let z is equals to x plus iy. Now if you multiply I, then we have I into, okay, x plus iy will be written in the polar form as cos theta plus I sin theta. Clear? Therefore Iz will be given as I into cos theta minus I into I, we know that I square, and value of I square is minus 1. Okay, so minus sin theta, and therefore Iz will be written as minus sine theta plus I cos theta, which can be converted in this way. Okay, now to sine theta we can write, since this is minus sine theta, so sine of minus theta, which becomes cos pi by 2 plus theta plus I, and cos theta we can write as sine pi by 2 plus theta. Yes or no? Clear? So we got the value of Iz, so therefore, okay, Iz is a number. Here we forgot to put one thing in the uh, modulus of Z. Yes or no? I into modulus of Z. Okay, so modulus of Z will be there. Okay, and therefore we come to know that Iz is a complex number with whose magnitude is modulus of Iz is equal to modulus of Z. Yes or no? Which is denoted by R. Okay, and the argument of Iz is equal to pi by 2 plus theta is equal to pi by 2. We know that theta is the argument of Z. Okay, so Iz is a complex number such that its modulus is equal to modulus of the given complex number Z is equal to x plus Iy, and the argument is equal to pi by 2 plus argument of the given complex number Z. Okay, now in the various quadrants, as we know the value of theta in the various quadrants, for example, in the first quadrant theta is equal to alpha, second quadrant theta will be equal to pi minus alpha. For the third quadrant we take argument of Z, theta is equal to minus pi plus alpha, and for the fourth quadrant we will put minus alpha for theta. Okay, so you can get different values in different quadrants. Clear? So we can accordingly write the trigonometric forms or the polar forms of the complex number. Okay, now let us try to convert or take few examples of converting the given complex number in the polar form. Okay, now example number 1. Suppose we are given Z is equals to minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2i. Okay, now in order to convert the given complex number in the polar form, we will find two things first. The very first is the modulus of the given complex number, okay, which is given by square root of a square plus b square minus 3 root 2 the whole square plus again 3 root 2 the whole square. Therefore modulus of Z will be 18 plus 18 is equal to square root of 36 is equal to 6. Okay, and argument of Z, for argument of Z we have to first find out alpha. So tan alpha is equal to modulus of y by x. Therefore tan alpha is equal to, okay, here value of x is minus 3 root 2 and the value of y is 3 root 2. Okay, so modulus of 3 root 2 upon minus 3 root 2 is there, implies tan alpha is equal to modulus of minus 1 is equal to 1, implies value of alpha will be pi by 4. Yes or no? Okay, now since x is negative and y is positive, okay, we obtain the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant the argument will be taken as, therefore argument of z will be taken as pi minus alpha. Therefore argument of z will be pi minus pi by 4. Therefore argument of z will be 3 pi by 4. Okay, now we can write the polar form. Okay, z is equals to x. Okay, what is z? Z is minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2 I. Minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2 I, and we have polar form modulus of z or r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Here we will substitute the value of modulus of z, which is 6. Okay, and cos theta argument is 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. Okay, so this is the polar form of the given complex number z is equal to minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2I. I hope you have understood very well. Okay, let us consider one more example and try to convert in the polar form. Example number 2. We are given z is equal to minus 1 minus I. Okay, here first we will calculate modulus of z is equal to square root of x square plus y square or square root of a square plus b square. Here value of x is minus 1 and value of y is also minus 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to root 2. This is the modulus. Okay, now argument of z. So for that, tan alpha is equals to modulus of y by x is equals to modulus of minus 1 upon minus 1. Modulus of 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, tan alpha is 10 pi by 4, and therefore alpha is pi by 4. Since x and y both are negative, and therefore argument of z is equal to minus pi plus alpha in the third quadrant, minus pi plus pi by 4 minus 3 pi by 4. Okay, so we obtained the argument. Now we can convert the complex number in the polar form. Z is equals to modulus of z into cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore z is equals to square root of root 2 into cos of minus 3 pi by 4 plus I sin minus 3 pi by 4. Therefore z is equal to root 2. Cos of minus theta we know is cos theta only, so cos 3 pi by 4, and sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, so minus I into sin 3 pi by 4. Clear? Okay, so I hope that you have understood very well how to convert the given complex number into the trigonometric form or polar form. Let us consider a special case. Okay, if z is a purely imaginary number or purely a real number, then what happens? See, z is given to be minus 2i. Now this number can be written as 0 minus 2i. Clear? Okay, here value of x is 0 and value of y is minus 2. Okay, therefore modulus of z is equal to 0 plus 4 is equal to root 4 is equal to 2. Okay, now tan alpha modulus of y upon x is equal to minus 2 upon 0. Okay, now see, this is undefined, and we know that when the alpha is undefined, okay, at alpha is equal to pi by 2. Clear? Okay, further, since okay, x is 0 and y is minus 2, obviously the point lies on the negative side of the y-axis. Yes or no? So whenever you are given the negative point on the negative side of the y-axis, the theta, the argument will be taken to be minus pi by 2. Okay, and therefore argument of z will be minus pi by 2. Okay, since point lies on negative y-axis. Clear? Similarly, if the point lies on the positive y-axis, you will take the theta, the argument, to be pi by 2. If the point lies on the positive x-axis, you will take theta to be 0, and if the point lies on the negative x-axis, you will take the theta to be pi. Clear? So if a given complex number is purely imaginary, in that case the argument will be either pi by 2 or minus pi by 2, depending upon the position of the point, whether the position lies on the positive y-axis or the negative y-axis. And in case of a purely real number, for example, suppose we have 2, okay, z is given by 2, then obviously it lies on the positive x-axis, and therefore the theta, the argument, will be 0. And if z is equal to minus 2 is given, in that case the theta, the argument, will be pi. Okay, so you remember this. Okay, now accordingly we can write down z is equals to modulus of z into cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, therefore complex number z, modulus of z is root 2 cos minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. Therefore z is equal to 2 into cos of minus theta is cos theta, that is cos pi by 2, and sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, so minus I sin pi by. Clear? So I hope that you have understood this topic very well. Further topics of this chapter will be discussed in the next video. Thank you very much.